Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, and we welcome you and all those who are seeking to know the greater expression of life. My name is Nancy Woods. I'm an assistant minister here at the center, and it's always a fabulous opportunity to share a spiritual experience with each and every one of you. And tonight, to help me share that experience is one of our newest practitioners, Kathy Theodore, and we welcome her to our team. So, we always start our services here with what we call our call to service, and it's lighting the flames of faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people, all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unified nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. And as Kathy lights the first candle for the Tao, it is for the Tao, honoring this universal path of harmony and equilibrium the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic tradition, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. And as we light the sixth candle, it's for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as a path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here at the center, in our hearts, and even online. And as Kathy lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God.
Hi. If
Good evening and welcome to the CSLGH Wednesday night service and meditation. As we gather together today, in person and online, let's turn our attention toward inward and recognize the one divine presence that is within and around us. I affirm that this presence is love, wisdom, and infinite potential. I acknowledge that each person in this space brings a unique expression of the divine. We are all interconnected, united in purpose and spirit. As we open our hearts and minds, I invite the light of understanding to fill this room and everywhere anybody is who is listening to these services, guiding our thoughts and our actions. In this moment, I release any distractions or doubts, knowing that we are supported by a greater power. With gratitude, I accept that our time together is filled with purpose, peace, and possibility. I release my word to the law, knowing that the answer is always yes, my beloved, yes. And so it is. Well, I am delighted to be here. This is my first time. First times, thank you. First times are special. You know, the first kiss, the first love, that first cup of espresso. These are the times that we remember with joy. I remember the first time that I came to CSL. It was just as COVID was getting going. And in fact, the membership meeting in March of 2020 was my very first membership meeting. I was so excited. That was also when the church closed down for like 2 years, 3 years, whatever it was. And I was so glad, and I am glad now to know that we were able to keep going. Though many churches had to close down, we didn't have to close down because we have the best congregation and the best worshipers in the world. That's what I think. So I was talked into coming to CSL the first time by longtime friends, Debbie and Scott Fishburne. I remember my first foundations class when I started to learn what CSL and the precepts of science of mind were all about. My first treatment, I remember, was with Reverend Dr. Mike. My first demonstration was right after that. He told me, what I had asked to be treated for was ideas, because I'm a writer and I wanted more ideas to write about. And after he finished the treatment, he said, well, you should put a notebook and a pen on the car seat beside you, because you're going to have all these ideas flowing in and you want to be able to write them down. And I thought, yeah, okay. I'll be darned, though, that I am still getting ideas. They are still flowing to me. So I always have a piece of paper and a pencil and a recorder near me so that I can record them all, because they're all brilliant. And the first time that a demonstration works out the way you've asked for it to, and it can't be explained by logic, our faith grows every single time that happens. The stronger our faith grows, the faster and easier come the demonstrations. What a great system. So why do we ever doubt anything? Why do we doubt anything or have fear for anything? Because there's so much affirmation about the power of faith. If we paid attention, I don't think we'd ever need to doubt anything again. So somewhere in Mark, it says, whatsoever I desire, when I pray, believe that I receive it and I shall have it. That works too. That's another statement of faith. And then there's, I live in the faith that there is a presence and a power greater than I am. That's, of course, Ernest Holmes, somewhere in the textbook. With faith the size of a mustard seed, I know everybody's heard this one, I can move mountains, and nothing shall be impossible for me. My grandmother, whose name, believe it or not, was Queen Victoria Shaw. They called her Queenie. But she was big on faith, big on worship. And she once gave me a mustard seed encased in a crystal. And that was a beautiful reminder to remember every day that God is. I was once told, I think maybe by Nancy, that the shortest treatment is, God is, I am. What else do you need? So I am blessed, by the way, to have an awesome prayer partner. And we talk every morning for a few minutes. What can I know for you today? This is a great way to start your day. And thank you, Susie, for being there every single day. If you don't have a prayer partner to start your day with, my suggestion is that you get one as soon as possible. I didn't think it would make a difference to have a prayer partner. I pray all the time anyway, but it does. It makes a difference that somebody cares whether you're doing all right, is able to give you treatments for whatever's going on in your day that is either problematic or maybe it's fabulous and you just want to have a treatment so that it will remain fabulous. Oh, that's what treatments are all about anyway. So I am thrilled to be up here right now and look forward to next times that I am able to come up here. So on that note, I think I'm done talking.
Announcements.
What do I do?
Announcements.
Announcements, of course. I do that. It's from here. It's the first time for everything. So, this is for October 6th, which is this coming Sunday. Practitioners will be available always. That means me too, because now I am a practitioner, and so I am available also. Okay, so there's a new Zoom meeting, ID Fellowship, and you have to email Lissa for the link to it. But it works just the same. It's just a different link, and fellowship is always good. Okay, so let's see. Ongoing on Mondays, starting at 6:30 p.m., is the Foundations class, facilitated by Reverend Nancy and Andrea Recht. It's a hybrid class, so you can either come here and do it in person, which is preferred, or if you can't make it here, you can do it by Zoom. That also works. So Wednesday, October 9th, is the Tazy service, facilitated by Jeannie Hoffman. And I get to be the presider on that service as well. God, life is good, isn't it? Life is good. So Saturday, October 19th, is the center will have a booth at the Granada Hills State Street Fair from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. They still need volunteers.
Sign up sheets outside.
There's a sheet, yeah, in the Sparks Hall. And it's fun. It's so much fun to talk to the people. Last time, I don't know if we're going to have it again, but last time we had a big blank sheet of paper and a bunch of crayons, and the kids came by and said what they were grateful for or what they were happy about, and that was very cool. So Thursdays, from 7 to 8 p.m., AA will be hosting a recurring open book study in the children's room that is open to anyone to attend. And I think is it. So much going on here. There always is. So now,
It's back
I'm going to
me.
have Nancy come
Thank you.
up and do that beautiful thing that she does.
Thank you, Kathy.
You are so welcome.
And welcome to the staff. You know, everything is a journey. All life experience is kind of like a journey. And what I'm learning is how to have the joy in the journey and not try to get to any particular place or thing. And I'm saying that because it seems like I was experiencing life from a different place in the sense that I wanted to learn how to be like this, or to be a better practitioner, or be this. And get an understanding so that I don't be trying to fix people. And then, you know, a lot happened in my life recently to remind me that wherever I am is part of the journey. So if I was in the mode of fixing for a while, I fixed until it didn't feel like it was good anymore, so now I'm gonna let that alone. So it's kind of like I begin to understand that I don't need to arrive at any particular place. And you know, I share these words by Holmes. He says, there is a presence pervading all things. This presence is God. There is an intelligence running through all. This intelligence is God. There is a power sustaining all. This power is God. There is a unity binding all into one perfect whole, and this unity is God. That means anywhere, any place, any space of that I'm experiencing, I'm in that divine presence. I'm experiencing that divine presence. I am expressing that divine presence because everything that is divine presence. So I'm kind of feeling like I have been set free in a greater way, greater than ever before, because I realize that life is, and I'm continuously learning how to navigate the experience. And that's it, the journey of being. And all I have to do is be. Oh, that's such a nice concept. I don't have to, there's no this and no that. I am, therefore it is. It is such a nice sense of feeling because I feel like the level of freedom coming into that awareness has allowed me to experience things and see things that I have experienced and experience things and kind of look at them as, what did I get out of that? And keep going. I don't have to rate it as good, bad, right? It is a part of life. And so when I was thinking about coming here tonight, and I started thinking about, can I do it this way? Can I do it that way? And I decided, I'm going to get up on stage and say, Spirit, come on, let's do it. I really feel like letting go of all these parameters and lines that I had developed for myself of how standards that I had put before me, to let them go. And I'm all right where I am, right where I am, how I am. And I also find that when I do that, I can allow all those around me, they find how they are too. And what their choice is their choice. And I'm free to experience it according to my choice. And I like it. I like it. Because I think that each moment has a richness to it. And that's why I like to stay into that moment. And like this moment, when I look around at this room, I can feel a joy because I happen to know everybody here, and every face radiates back to me. Because we have all taken this journey on this journey together. So I was thinking that let's see how this journey could be if we would all go within together. And I'm going to ask you to go within and see what we find. Because the newness of the moment is what we're here for, what I feel like I'm here for. And maybe y'all are here for it too. So I want you to just kind of come into that place of deciding that the journey, this current journey, is within. Just being still. And listen to the silence. Listen to the flow of life. And right now, I feel like that I am grounded with this basic understanding of life, grounded in the here and now. That grounding, I kind of associate it with like being the roots of a tree in the ground. And being the roots, then I think about the worms aerating the soil so they can enrich this and being part of that. Grounded with this the Mother Earth that appreciates and produces and creates and manifests. This is the grounding that I sense in this moment. Yet I feel like this is in such a wide, vast space of being. Like I can see the blue sky and the infinite presence of it. I can zoom into it. And out of this endless, created space, there is the wondrous energy of being that created every leaf on a tree, every grain of sand on a beach, every individual that is expressing. This is the many ways in which this wondrous presence reveals itself. Oh, the joy of being like an infinite presence is how life seems in this moment. And as I feel it from the top of my head, it flows through my thoughts, the breaths I take, the words I manifest, and my lungs as they expand and aerate and bring the oxygen in as it releases the carbon dioxide, and the trees and I do this dance of life. And as we experience this awesome sense of being, we can feel enriched because there's a warmth that's in our chest and our hearts, that warmth that says, I love being alive. I love knowing that I am alive. I love the idea that this is the Spirit's way of being, in me, through me, and as me. And as I feel this flow of being, I recognize it as that which takes me into each experience of expression through the words and the thoughts and the senses of greatness. And knowing that all of this, the richness and the newness of this current moment, says I want to embrace being who and what I am. I want to embrace the idea that my life experience are contributing more and more newness to me, moment by moment. And I can just rejoice in allowing it to express. And as it flows in and through and as me, I know it is flowing as every person that is with us in this experience, and those that are experiencing something totally different. The greatness of it, the wonder of it. And as I sense all of this, I also sense that there is a greater me that is coming forth as this physical experience. There is me that's behind the thoughts, that's behind the feelings, behind the whole concept of being, that is sensing. It is wondrous, a wondrous experience just to be. So I invite each one that has joined me in this experience to sit in that idea of how glorious it is to just be. Just be. Life. Being still. And life. gentleness. I invite you to share this knowing, this sense of oneness. A sense of unity. As we bring forth an awareness that out of this wondrous unity comes that divine individualization of creativity. As each one each aspect of the physical manifestation of life brings the wondrous truth of the divine into manifestation. As we awaken ourselves to the idea of embracing the newness of being that which is awaiting our own individual creation of the different ways of manifesting life. Knowing that this unifying nature of love, of compassion, and beauty is that wondrous, perfect presence revealing itself in this moment. So as we open our hearts and our minds and our whole being to experience whatever is being created and be willing to embrace it with gratitude, to know the newness of life is finding its way into expression. Not only through our physical bodies, but through our thoughts and our expressions. And our awareness of the uniqueness of everyone around us. As that uniqueness expands our experience of being alive and experiencing life itself. So as we experiencing the words and the expressions, the understanding and the caring and nurturing, the realized awareness that everyone is unique. And that uniqueness is the greatness of the divine presence being itself. So as we welcome each and every experience and expression, we're able to experience more and more and greater and greater. Knowing that love carries the energy forward in such a way that its gentleness and it's caressing and beauty. Allows the joy of being to spring forth in every heart. And the greatness of this moment is what I feel like we're here to know, to feel, and to be, and to manifest. So it's with open, loving, and compassionate heart, we welcome every opportunity to lift, to care for, and to nurture. And to recognize in this unity the greatness of life is here for us all. And this moment is the greatest moment there is. It is the divine presence saying yes to life. For this, I express my gratitude and my heartfelt thanks. I'm grateful that each one of us is in touch with this awareness and this understanding that the divine presence is who and what we are. And out of this comes whatever newness that we are seeking to bring forth. Together, unified consciousness of gratitude, we say thank you. And it is with love and appreciation that we unite in knowing this, as we say, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.